Hey everybody, the layout I'm bringing you today was for a challenge at the Stuck Sketches blog. It's stucksketches.blogspot.com. It's for their September 1st challenge to use that sketch. And I participate in this every so often, and I love this sketch, so I thought I would use it to help me with a layout about these three photos. They're photos of my best friend and we were out on the lake, and she's taking a photo of me and saw the sun behind me, so then she decided she had to take a photo of her and I together, and it was just very silly but really fun, and there might have been some wine involved, I'm just saying. So anyway, that green polka dot floral paper there that I have is from American Crafts #summer, and the paper is #popsicles. It is an older paper. It's a couple of years old. I don't remember for sure when it was, and I didn't write that down, but it's probably at least 2 or 3 years old, I think. Then I'm going to use that blue floral paper that I just cut down, and that is from American Crafts Mayberry. It's called Picket Fences, and Mayberry is probably one of my all-time absolute favorite collections. I just loved everything about it. I've bought the packages of die cuts a couple of times. I've bought the paper a couple of times, and now, pretty much I can't find it anymore because that's, again, probably 3 years old, maybe even 4. So what I was trying to decide there before was how much of the green I wanted to show, and then I've decided now that I think I'm going to use this yellow paper, which is from Mayberry, and it's called Berry Blossom, and I'm just trying to decide how much of that I want to show on either side, because what I'm going to do is I was going to actually put it behind the blue paper and decided that I do like that yellow paper, so I cut 2 strips of the paper, and I will actually put that on either side, and that echoes the sketch fairly well, that those strips of paper on both sides. And then when I went to glue down the smaller strip on the left hand side of the layout, I realized it's pretty darn narrow, and I decided I should probably use my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive, which I keep in the blue fine line bottle. There's been quite a bit of discussion about the fine line bottles lately on the Victoria Marie Facebook group, which I belong to, and people talking about the bad experiences they've had. Most people say use the yellow bottle. Well, when I bought mine, I bought the blue bottle because I didn't realize that the yellow bottle had a bigger nozzle, and it's been okay for my quick dry, except at one point I did have a couple of problems getting it out, and somewhere I read to put just a little bit of water in it and then shake it up and you won't have any problems. And I have not had problems since I did that, and I really didn't have bad problems. I mean, some people talk about how they can't get it out at all. I don't have a problem about it, but also, as you can see, I'm pretty militant about when I use that glue. I put the little pin back in it right away. I really try not to let it sit out because that's when it clogs on you. So add a little bit of water to your glue and see if that works better, because that blue thin nozzle worked just fine for me. So now there is in that sketch, there is a title and some other things going on the bottom right there. And I'm going to do mine a little bit different. I'm going to have mine come off the photos themselves. And I was going to use that yellow card from Mayberry, but then I started going through the die cut pack, and I saw this journaling card that says directions is mix equal parts of sunshine and happiness. And actually, I said there was wine involved. Actually, it was gin and lemonade, now that I think about it, because as I was going back through this, I found a lemon, and I found a little, that little tag there that says ice cold lemonade 50 cents. Now, that's not going to make any sense to anybody else, the lemon theme, but me and maybe my friend, but that's okay. It's just kind of a nod to the day. I was trying to make this little acrylic cloud and sun work, but it just wasn't going to work for me. I have a hard time using those embellishments, but I did love that piece of doily that I had cut off from another layout, and I really like how that looks coming off that journaling spot. I like the the black in the doily and the black in the journaling card, and then they echo that happy together black, and then there's black up next to the photo on the upper left with the lemonade thing. So I thought that all worked really well, and it brought your attention to those journaling cluster, not journaling clusters, the embellishment clusters, because I think if I had used any other colors, it would have been a lot. There's a lot of bright color on there already, so the fact that I'm using black I think is a good thing. And in the end, I really do like how that works out. So I have the chipboard here from the Mayberry collection. I do have a little bit, just that little bit of that left. And I thought I might try to use some of those banners as like arrows or something, but when I took one out to kind of play around with it, I realized that that wasn't going to be the right answer for me. So I put that away and decided to try to figure out what else I could do. But first, I'm going to use my Scotch foam tape, my 3M foam tape, and I'm going to put that Happy Together up on that tape to give it a little bit of dimension. Now I'm going through my October Afternoon Summertime stickers just to see if there's anything that I could use on that. And I found my puffy stickers. And I'm thinking here that I might use those puffy stickers, and I actually do put a couple of things on the layout with these puffy stickers, but as I go through, I liked that word that said adventure because it's kind of an adventure with her. But as I go through, I figure that maybe I want to do something other than that. And I do grab that little star there because I figured if I had a puffy sticker on the bottom, I needed one on the top too. Now, I am also grabbing my Simple Stories Summer Vibes, which was last year's summer collection. And I found that brad. I love those brads because they don't actually have the feet. They're self-adhesive. And again, that's from Simple Stories Summer Vibes. And it's a sun, so that was neat because, you know, we took the pictures because of the sunshine. And then I went to the sticker sheet itself, the Fundamentals cardstock stickers, and I found that little sticker that says shine and put that up there. It's a little file tab. And then as I was going through those stickers, I found this one that said oh happy days, and I decided, actually because I liked the red in it, I decided to put that down by the down on the bottom of that journaling card, and then I put the Adventure Puffy sticker up there. The reason I like the red is because there was a little bit of red in that Happy Together little piece there, and there was no red elsewhere on the layout. So I decided the red heart helped with that red flower. The only problem was there was no red up in the lemonade, that little cluster up there. So I abandoned the star and I abandoned the Adventure Puffy sticker and put a little chipboard flower from the Simple Stories Summer Vibes chipboard stickers up in the top left there. And so now I have red in 2 spots in the lower cluster and 1 in the upper cluster. And now that makes sense, and it's just a nice little pop of something to call attention to those. There is a bit of pinky orange from the sunset, so I thought that that worked out pretty well. All right, so now I need to figure out what I am going to do for my title. And at first I thought I might use these Jelly Bean Soup bean board alphabets. And you'll see me try to use them for a little bit. I try, and then I don't want to, I know it's almost not right to begin with, but I won't abandon it right away, and I just wanted to use them, I guess. I don't use them as much as I should, and they're kind of a pain because you have to search through to find the letters. However, what I'm doing there is, someone else used this hint at one point, and it might be Mercy Tiara, but you take the back of that and you cross off the chipboard letters that you've already used, so that when you're trying to make words, you know whether you can spell them or not, so you don't have to look through everything. And that helps me use them a little bit more often because I can see versus having to go through them all. Although if you're trying to find them, you still have to go through them. So I wanted to find a couple of the capitals there, so I kind of knew what I was doing, and looking at that, and I just knew it wasn't right, but I was trying to make it work just to use them because they are in my stash. So, and part of the reason I didn't like it was I didn't like the spacing, and I didn't like the yellow on the other colors. They kind of got lost. So I decided to go to my black thicker alphas, and I found this alpha called Marquis. Marquis, and it's in black, and I decided to use that to spell out the words best friend. Now I'm going to use another letter sticker to spell out a little bit more of the title, but this will be the main part of the title, and the title that I really want to call attention to. And I liked how the best kind of nestled in between the ascender of friend and the ascender of the F and the ascender of the D on friend. And as I looked at that, I really, really like that, and I think it's nice because it kind of stands out. You really see it. And so I decided to go for that. Now I did grab my Scotch Quick Dry again there, just because these are an older alphabet and they are not as sticky. Now I haven't had the alphabet very long. I bought them like on clearance somewhere, but they're not quite as sticky as they could be. So I decided to get that Quick Dry out. And oftentimes when I'm doing a chipboard alphabet, I will actually use the Quick Dry adhesive just to make sure that it actually sticks on there. And I use my trick, as I always do, that I put it on my wax paper first so I could kind of play around with the title a little bit, because I wanted to nestle that best into friend, and this way I really was able to do that because I was able to look at how it would fit. This will just take me another minute, and then I am going to decide what else I need to do for this layout here. I'm just adjusting. The letters have a bit of a curve to them, and I wanted to make sure that it made sense as it was on my layout. So there again, like I said, when I'm done using that, I put the pin back in and I don't have problems. Now when I was going through the stickers, I noticed that I still had a lot of these round letter stickers left from the Mayberry accent and phrase stickers. I haven't used that many of them, and it's a great little alphabet, so I decided I would use that for the words "you're my" in the title. And I like how that all nestles in between the ascender of the B and the ascender of the T. So, which is the top part of the letters, in case anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about there. And I think that's a thing that maybe Chamel reminded me of. I'm sure I learned that once in school. I don't know that I totally remembered it. And then I'm using my little tweezers there, my Caterpillar tweezers, just to get those letters on. And I wanted everything to kind of sit under, well, to sit under each other if you're reading left to right. So I had to play with that just a little bit, but I was able to get on there. Now it did bother me a little bit that there's no punctuation in the word "your" there, so I did use my white pen for that, but it didn't stay on there, and frankly it's okay. You know, I'll try not to be too anal about that. So I am just going to finish up my journal here, just talking about this day and how much fun we had. And as soon as I'm done with that, the layout will be complete. I have a still shot at the end of the entire layout and a couple of detail shots. Hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you're all well, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.